The new album comes out next Friday. Louder, harder, faster. Killer album, dude. I've listened to it a couple times through. I feel like this album really lives up to its name in every possible way. I mean, how are you guys feeling going into the release of this record? I mean, how does it feel to have this out? And what does this record mean to you?
Well, first of all, it's great that we're getting a lot of positive feedback on it from all the different journalists that have, got advanced copies of it. Pretty much everybody's saying, it's a solid record, solid Warrant record. And so that's really nice to hear. You never know, we create art, we do our best, write the best songs we can, work with the best people we can, try and do something that we're proud of, and then it's up to other people to judge, and that's all we can do is make music that we're proud of, really. And we're proud of this record. We're proud of Rockaholic, and pretty much proud of most of the records we've done, to be honest with you. There was one in the 90s that was a little iffy, but a couple in the 90s. But
the 90s were a weird time. I mean,
yeah, we were trying to reinvent ourselves, and it didn't work out,
I feel like everybody, whether you're a musician or a writer, everybody's got like at least one piece of art that they've done that they're like, it was okay, but the others are, so I mean, I think that's normal, I mean, it happens. I mean,
that's our experience.
You guys
at least from my point of view.
Right.
It could be somebody else in the band. It could be their favorite record.
And the ones that you absolutely love, one that you absolutely love, could be theirs that they're like, it was okay,
Exactly.
So, you guys are 3 singles in. You're on the 3rd single now. Perfect, just released as a single not too long ago. I feel like each song on this record has every song plays an important role compared to the other songs. They're all placed perfectly, and every song has a different identity. There's not very many songs on this record that sound very, two alike. Perfect is different than Devil Dancer, different than Only Broken Heart, different than You in My Life. What is it about Perfect that's saying single for you guys?
To be honest with you, the record label picks the songs that we've released, and so they have a more objective view of the CD than we do. So we've let them pick everything. So they're like, hey, we're going to do this, and that, and then we're like, okay, that sounds good. Yeah, the first video will be Louder, Harder, Faster. Awesome. And we're like, okay, so we've really, they're like, we don't want to put Stop the World on the record. We're going to use it as a bonus track for Japan. Okay. Yeah, we've really been we've been pretty easy to work with, in my opinion, and I'm happy with the choices they're making. It's I'm happy that they're excited about the record and putting forth some production, and setting up all these interviews, and so it's really cool. The video actually comes out May 5th. We shot it out in Arizona, and so everybody check out our new video, May 5th, Louder, Harder, Faster, the title track.
Awesome. It comes out the day before my wedding, so that's going to be exciting. So
hey, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, you don't want to play that song at the wedding, but you might want to play it on the honeymoon.
So that shouldn't be the wedding first dance song,
You in My Life is pretty beautiful, man.
That's
a good one. That's a good one.
I actually love that song. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. So play that you'll be the first person to play it at their wedding. That's kind of cool. We've had a lot of Blind Faith. We got a ton of Heaven.
Yeah.
People tell us that was our wedding song. That was our wedding song. That was our wedding song. We hear that a lot, which is really cool. Yeah. But You in My Life, think about it.
Yeah, I may have to throw that in.
Ask the DJ to throw that in the mix.
I may do that. He's actually my maintenance guy at work, so there we go. So that's perfect. But I want to talk about You in My Life because it's beautiful. I mean, the solo in that song, I feel like it's just in the perfect spot. Everything about that song is just well done. Talk to me about where that song comes from.
Well, Robert co-wrote that song with a friend of his, in Nashville, another songwriter. Mm-hmm. And that's really, it's amazing. It's funny that you say that about the solo, because Joey was in there working on the solo and Robert was in the studio. And Robert said, hey, I hear this, I hear that. And Robert just laid it down. And Joey's like, I can't play that any better. That's fucking great. That's perfect for the song. So that's
Yeah.
Robert playing the guitar solo on that song,
Nice.
and it's amazing. Yeah, I think he brings he plays a guitar solo on the Merle Haggard song as well, which we have a video for. I think I'll just stay here and drink. If you're reading this or listening, check it out. But yeah, Robert, to me, when I hear him play guitar, it sounds like he's singing, and I guess that's because he's a singer. His ear is amazing. So he helps out a lot with telling us, hey, try this, hey, try that, or he'll just hum something. So he brings a different aspect to the guitar playing,
Awesome.
songwriting thing. Him and Jerry wrote the whole record pretty much. I co-wrote one song, Only Broken Heart. I started out with one of my riffs. But cool. I'm glad you dig the song. When I was listening to it, it really reminded me of Queen. And I was going to say earlier when you were talking about how the songs all stand on their own, I think you can really hear a lot of our influences that we grew up, bands that we grew up listening to on this record more than any other record, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Devil Dancer, I mean, that's got a bluesy feel to it a little bit, and then, Only Broken Heart's got a little bit of a jazzy, just smooth, just like, you can sit back and relax to that song and just be like, this feels good.
Yeah. Everybody hears things differently. For me, Only Broken Heart has kind of a Thin Lizzy vibe and the harmony guitars and stuff. And
Yeah, okay.
a song like Perfect has a little bit of that 70s foreigner vibe to it. And You in My Life reminds me of Queen. But, everybody hears things differently. You might listen to that and go, Eric's crazy. I don't know that.
Well, that's what makes music so great, especially rock. I mean, anybody can get anything out of, any song.
Yeah. I think the song that's the most old school Warrant on the CD would probably be Big Sandy. I mean, lyrically, it's a little more, I don't know what the word is, juvenile. I don't know. Just fun, played double entendre, and it's just reminds me of a fun old school Warrant song. Could have been on our first record, but everything else is a lot more, I don't know, more blues-based hard rock.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And you talked about Robert earlier, man. His vocals are insane. I mean, good God, he can sing. I mean...
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Yeah. We're going on, 8 or 9 years now that he's been in the band, I think? 9 years?
Yeah, it's been really amazing. The last 9 years have been really, really good. And, with Rockaholic and all the touring that we do, Robert's, we're all the same age. We all grew up listening to the same bands, same musicians, going to the same concerts, and having the same, dreams or hopes for being in a rock band. So, having him come in when he did was really just add a shot in the arm to the band, which has been great.
Yeah, I mean, the time that you brought him in, I mean, what were you guys really looking for and wanting as far as a frontman and a singer? And I mean, at that time in the band, looking fast forwarding through now, I mean,
we wanted somebody that was, how can I say it? Just somebody that's really professional and dedicated to the band and what we're doing. I mean, we came along in a great time for Robert, Robert at the time, it was perfect timing for both. It was great for him, great for us, and I think that's why it's worked,
Awesome. The other day, you guys actually played M3, which I feel like is like the quintessential just rock festival. You know what I mean? It's just like it.
It's a big one.
Yeah, I've never been. I've always wanted to go. I mean, you guys, you played the second day of the festival. I mean, how was M3 this year?
It was great. I was well attended from what I understand. I don't know how many years they've been doing it. We've played it at least 4 times that I can remember. I think this was our 4th or 5th time playing there. And it's always just a really super well-run event, super well-attended event. People come from all over the country. People come from all over the world. It really is an amazing thing. And this year was fantastic. They remodeled all the backstage.
Nice.
Some of the actual stage up on the grass or whatever. They totally tricked that out. It's all badass now. I don't know how many millions, 9, 10, 12 million they
Wow.
put in upgrades to the venue. So this year was special for me. I'm walking around going, oh my God, there's a swimming pool backstage. What the hell? You know, I mean,
Nice.
it's like top notch. It's crazy what they did. So that, you know, obviously playing the music and the show and,
Mhm.
you know, the lighting and everything's top notch. So it was great. I got nothing but positive things to say other than my wireless was giving me a little grief,
Gee.
some little technical difficulties, but I watched some video and you can't hear you can't hear my difficulties, so that's good.
Nice. I one of my photographers was there. She just went, and she's like, of all the bands, she like Warrant is the one that blew me away. They were just so good. I was like, I want to see them. I'm kind of jealous. I'm like,
Yeah, you got to come out and see us sometime. We take a lot of pride in what we do on the stage, and you know, hopefully you would hope the more you do it, the better you get at it. I think the band is just sounding tighter than ever, man. And it's fun. We do throw in some new songs that we haven't played that much, which keeps us on our toes as well, you know.
awesome. Well, when you've been doing it as long as you guys have, you need to throw something fresh in there every once in a while. Just
Yeah.
liven it up a little bit. I mean, playing the same
And we
songs for 20 years. You know.
yeah, and we do. And we added a song to the set the last 5 shows, I think, called Dusty's Revenge from Rockaholic, which we've never really
Nice.
played before. And then this last weekend, we added Louder, Harder, Faster to the set, which was a lot of fun. So that's a couple exciting things for us. And you know, playing Uncle Tom's Cabin and Down
Yeah.
Boys and Heaven and Cherry Pie, all that stuff is, when you're playing it in front of thousands of people, it never gets old. I
Right.
mean, it's a rush.
So how was it working with Jeff Pilson this time around? I mean, you worked with him
Working
on the
with,
record.
yeah, Jeff really brings in, just, you know, besides his musical talent, and which is amazing, and all his vintage gear that he has, which is amazing. I'd say
Yeah.
the biggest ingredient was just how his enthusiasm and his positive energy and his excitement about the songs and recording the tracks and all the performances that we did. You know, he's really he has a lot more energy than the rest of us. And anyway,
Nice.
it feeds off his positivity. I think you can hear it
Yeah.
in the recordings and in the performances and the energy of the record, the high energy that a lot of it has.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was great working with him. A lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah, it definitely shows through, man. I mean, finally, having this record out next Friday, just looking at the final product and having a chance to listen through it a final time, what do you feel like Louder, Harder, Faster says about Warrant?
I think it shows a little bit of our more 70s, you know, hard rock influences that we've had, you know, when we were doing the records in the 80s, and, you know, Cherry Pie and Dirty Rotten Filthy Stinking Rich. There was a different vibe in the air on the Sunset Strip, which we really captured, and obviously millions of people bought those records,
Yeah.
and it's great. But our hard rock blues side of us, our Led Zeppelin and our Aerosmith, and, you know, the bands, you know, whatever it might be, Humble Pie even, or whatever,
Yes.
never shone through. You know, we were in a different headspace, and so when we started doing this record, it just started, you know, coming up. I mean, Jerry and Robert wrote most of the record, I think I said, but you know, we all throw our 2 cents and we all throw our personality into it, and it just really came off a little, for me, it just naturally came out a little more 70s blues based, hard rock, hard melodic rock,
Awesome.
which we all love, and hopefully other people will dig it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then touring, definitely going to be touring, supporting the record, obviously.
Yep.
Next couple years, probably touring or extensively.
Yeah, well, it took us 6 years between Rockaholic and
Yeah.
Louder, Harder, Faster, so we'll probably be touring on this for a good 5 or 6 years before we do another CD. We're
Awesome.
slow about that stuff, obviously.
If the
Some
demand is
bands can
there.
just, you know, spit out songs and records like crazy. For us, it seriously is a 2-3 year process
Yeah. Well,
to make a record. For us, it's just the way it is.
best things take time, man. Hey, So,
That's just the way we roll, or operate, or that's just the way it happens for us, And who knows? Maybe we'll do another record in 2 years. Maybe we'll never do another record. I don't know. But right now we're real excited about Louder, Harder, Faster and sharing it and playing it with rock fans everywhere.
well, if God forbid you never do another record, this is the good way. This is the way to go out. This
Right on.
record kicks ass, man.
When somebody suggests in the band we do another record, I'm going to say, hey, that interview guy I did, he said, hey, just finish up. Don't finish on top, man. Don't screw it up. I don't know if on top is the right word, but finish on a good note.
There you go.